What is up, Internet? It's your boy, Tanku. And today we're going to be talking about something I've wanted to talk to for a long time. And we're finally going to get a chance to do it because we got a little break in between the new anime season, so I can watch a few episodes before I start doing those. And, you know, some of the normal stuff we usually do. And so, with all that said, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, today we're going to be talking about the father of harem. I'm not saying it's the first harem ever created, but it's pretty much responsible for popularizing it, making it cool. And of course, that is Tenchi Muyo. And for those of you that want to find it now, they renamed it Tenchi Muyo Ryo Ohki. Back in the day when it came out, it was just Tenchi Muyo. But because they have so many variations on it now, if you heard me talk about it before, it got Tenchi GXP, Tenchi War and Gemnar, Tenchi in Tokyo, Tenchi Universe. So there's this universe is vast and wide. But this is the OVA, the main story, the actual meat on the bones, if you will. And so basically you have our main character. His name is Tenchi Misaki. His mom died at a very young age, and so he's pretty much raised by his father and his grandfather runs a shrine. So he works at he's a teenage boy now, and he works at the shrine, and he learns swordsmanship from his grandfather and the history of the shrine and all that good stuff. And basically the history of the shrine is there's a rumor there's a big tree in the middle, that's the shrine, and there's a demon that's trapped in there. And so they're responsible for keeping the demon locked away in the shrine. That's their whole family thing. That's the gist of everything. Alright, so Tenchi, being the teenage boy that he is, gets curious and goes down to the dungeon where the demon is being held and accidentally unleashes it. And you find out that this demon is named Ryoko. And for those of you that know Tenchi, we all know Ryoko is life. Ryoko is best girl of all time. That's my girl, Ryoko. And so starts the back and forth between Tenchi and Ryoko, and she messes with him because you kind of learn that she was been able to see him the entire time. Even though she was sealed, she could still see in her surrounding stuff, and she's seen Tenchi grow up. She was there when he went through all his trauma as a kid because of his mom and all that good stuff. So it ends up becoming very endearing between the two. Now, originally, it was just supposed to be about those two having adventures. This was said by the creator Masaki Kajishima. He said this. He said originally that's what it was supposed to be. Tenchi and Ryoko having adventures. Because Tenchi, the key to unlocking the shrine was a sword. And it's like a kind of laser sword type deal. So it's really just a handle until it gets activated. And it's like the heirloom of their family. And of course Tenchi gets a hold of it. But, you know, all hell breaks loose because Ryoko is actually an intergalactic criminal. And when she got released, it caught the attention of the Dryan royal family that's around, because they're looking for the heir to the throne. And so basically that's when Ayeka and Susami come into play. And so they have that back and forth, their battle, and their spaceship gets destroyed, so they get stuck on Earth, and they end up living with Tenchi. So we have Ryoko, Ayeka, and Susami living with Tenchi, and Ayeka kind of starts falling for Tenchi because he looks like her fiance that she was looking for, the next heir to the throne a little bit. And, you know, Tenchi's just a kind guy. I mean, like, you want to talk about a good guy, Greg? That's Tenchi. Always doing the right thing. Always making the right decisions. But it's not annoying like normally a good guy Greg is, because he's so humble and down to earth, and he just wants to like work his fields and, you know, do his shrine duties and go to high school and be a normal guy. But he gets all this stuff thrust upon him. And, you know, there's parts with him and Ryoko that are hilarious, and his dad in the beginning are freaking awesome. And then you find out that the Dryan royal family rule over the galaxy. That's what they do. That's their job. So they're royalty. And the fact that two of the princesses that are living with him, it's kind of a big deal. And there's a police force. The galaxy actually has a police force called the Galaxy Police. And that's when Mahoshi comes into play. Mahoshi is kind of a ditzy character that kind of survives by luck a lot because a lot of bad stuff happens to her, but she always gets through it because she's pretty lucky. She ends up staying there too. Because, like I said, this is a harem. You can't have, a harem without the actual harem. And the last person that ends up staying with him in the beginning is Washu. And Washu is a scientist. Pretty old, been around for a long time, got kicked out of the academic, circles because she's crazy, they say, and her experiments aren't, there. And the reason why I like this as a harem, because there's really only two characters that are really in love with Tenchi, and that's Ryoko and Ayeka. Susami's a young girl, so she's just there like, kind of an older brother type deal. She loves him, but it's more like an older brother sister type love type deal. And then there's a secret about her that's really good, you find out in the beginning. And then, of course, Washu finds Tenchi intriguing, so she treats him more of a test subject versus like love, and you find out why too, because she's a pretty big character eventually too. And Mahoshi, it's more like, I don't know, like she's kind of part of the harem because she's attracted to Tenchi and she's kind of klutzy around him. But like again, the main two is Ryoko and Ayeka. Those two are always the ones that come around, and there's more girls involved, but since this is the beginning of it, which was done in 1995 to 1996, I believe, and they're still releasing episodes to this day, they just end up only doing about 4 every 5 or 6 years. So there's all that going. So it's definitely worth a watch. You find out a lot of cool things. I don't want to ruin it here, but basically you find out that Tenchi is of Dryan blood. He's technically royalty, so that's why he has the power to use that sword. And there's some weapons involved called Lighthawk wings, things like that, and how he can manifest them. It gets pretty deep into the synopsis of the whole world. You find out there's 3 goddesses, and they decided to create the universe to try to find a being more powerful than them. And one goddess decides to try to find this through chaos. One goddess decides to try to find it through science, and one goddess tries to find it through natural growth and everything like that. And so they get deep into mythology like that. But the main story is Tenchi, him trying to survive these onslaught of women that start living with him. He has to modify his house. He has to start living at the shrine. There's a spaceship involved called Ryo Ohki, and that one's kind of weird because there's a spaceship, but it can turn into a little rabbit cat hybrid. They call it a cabbit, and it's one of the most adorable animals you'll ever see in your life. So if you like adorableness, you'll get it with Ryo Ohki, that's for sure. So if you haven't seen it, guys, because I know a lot of my viewers are younger, definitely watch it from the beginning. Tenchi Muyo, Ryo Ohki, it's definitely worth it, guys. I guarantee it. So with all that said, again, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and always hit me up on the Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Keep that interaction going because I am loving it. I'm loving talking to you guys. So, I know I don't get on there a ton because I have a full-time job, but every available chance I'm there, I'm on there to talk with you guys. So, with all that said, let me know what you think, and everybody have an awesome day.